Hey guys, Ken here. So the number one thing that people want when they start publishing on Amazon is to have a best-selling book. They want a book that ranks high, that has a bestseller tag, and more importantly, actually makes them money. And so I actually have one of those books. I have a book that ranks high, it has a bestseller tag, it's currently making hundreds of dollars every single day, and I'm going to go over that with you today and more importantly, how to actually get there. And this is going to be a realistic video. I'm not going to tell you to put in some back-end keywords and magically you're going to make money. I'm going to show you what it actually takes to get a best-selling book on Amazon and give you some action steps to move forward with so you know you're on the right path. Let's get into it. So this is my current royalties dashboard for this book, and we are in the month of June. And as you can see, it's the 26th today, and so far we've done about $7,400 Canadian this month. On the low end of this month, the book made about 70 bucks. And near the end on the high end, it's making between 3 and 500. And we had our one big day as well from our expanded distribution, which throws a big chunk of sales as well. And so I'm going to dive a bit more into the metrics of that book in a second. But first, let's go over to the mirror board here and just look at this chart. So this is basically where most people sit when it comes to publishing books on Amazon. Is they're going to be under this $500 a month mark or even less. They're most likely not going to make a ton of profit, and they're going to have a really tough time penetrating into that $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month plus per book. And so what does it actually take? How do we get our book from making either $0 or a few $100s a month to become a bestseller? Maybe it's with the book that you currently have, or maybe it's with the next book you want to publish. But in my experience, I have had multiple best-selling books on Amazon. I've sold over 40,000 books, ebooks, and audiobooks at this point. And there's a very clear pattern when it comes to the best-selling books. It's not a surprise, it's a very clear pattern, and it can definitely be replicated. And so going over to my current book stats right now, just to give you a bit better overview of what it looks like, we're currently sitting at a 5,600 BSR. It's making around 23 to 30 sales a day. It's actually a bit more than this. This isn't super accurate. And as you saw, it's making anywhere from $200 to $500 a day. So this is a little bit low as well, but that is because my book has a price slash. And so it's pulling the data off a cheaper price, but I'm still getting royalties for the full price. And so this book specifically is about a year and 10 months old, almost 2 years old. It ranks around third on page one rankings. It has a bestseller tag. It has about 438 reviews. It's hovering at a sub 6,000 BSR every single day, as you can see here. But more importantly, I'm spending about 50% of those earnings you saw on ads. And so by no means is this just all profit, but half of it is spent on ads, which is super normal for a best-selling book, which most people won't tell you. But as long as I'm making a few $1,000s a month from this book, I'm super happy. And so there is something very important that I want to point out here. And as you can see, before the last 2 months, it was hovering around, let's say, 40,000 to 15,000 bestseller rank. And so it wasn't selling anywhere near as good as it is right now. And even just before this spike, it was really dropping low to a low of almost 80,000 BSR. And so I made a few changes to this book, revamping the interior, making it more desirable, doing a few specific things to increase its sales. And as you can see, it drastically improved in sales. And so the point I'm trying to make is that one thing does not make a best-selling book on Amazon, not even reviews. I had about 420 reviews at this point, and it still was starting to drop in the rankings and drop in sales. But after making these changes, it spiked back up, and it really spiked back up. That's because it takes a lot of things working together to have a book that sells consistently, ranks high, and customers actually want to buy. And so what are the characteristics of a best-selling book? And so there are a few main things that all best-selling books have and that we have to actually become a bestseller. And the first one is to be in a high demand topic. And so just do the math on this. Let's say we're in a topic that has, 5 to 10,000 plus searches every single day or even every single month, and there's just tons of people searching it up. For us to make that, 23 to 30 sales a day is a fraction of a percentage of that amount of searches. Compared to if you're in a topic that isn't super high demand, maybe it only has 1,000 or less searches in a month, you have to have a way higher conversion rate and a way higher percentage of those sales. And so another characteristic of a best-selling book is high ranking. It has to rank high on its search term so it gets seen effortlessly by the customers. And a big thing when it comes to rankings, the difference between the first ranking spot, the second ranking spot, the third ranking spot, and the fourth ranking spot on your main search term is drastically different. The first ranking spot has almost 50% more sales than the second and third one. And once, of course, you drop to row 2, 3, or 4, it's going to be way less a gain. And so having that really high ranking spot is very, very important and makes all the difference. And so high ranking is not necessarily hard to get. It just takes time. And so what you also need to have high ranking and to have a best-selling book is 150 reviews or more. You rarely see a best-selling book that's brand new with lower reviews. Of course, they're out there. When people are launching quite aggressively, you can do this. But realistically, over time, you're going to have to get 150 plus reviews to earn these top spots. And so this isn't necessarily hard. It just takes time and effort. And so you can use sites like Book Village, Book Bounty, Book Reverb is another one as well. It costs money, it's less work, but it is quite effective. And I will leave any of my affiliate links for those below. And on top of this, a best-selling book is always the clear, no-brainer option. They have some sort of edge over the competitors. They have a stronger cover, stronger offer. The interior is formatted better. They have higher quality images. They're full color. They have some sort of attribute or multiple attributes that makes them the no-brainer option. And they're speaking directly to their ideal customer. And so how do we do this? How do we create this bestseller book in a realistic way? And so there's a few things that we want to do. The first one is to try things. Try different topics. Go to where the demand is. Go to some more competitive topics. And just go outside of your comfort zone, because sometimes the best topics are just the most obvious ones that we all know of. These are popular fitness topics, trendy fitness topics, popular diet books. I know I say that a lot, but if you go and look at these topics, you're going to see books that are a few months old selling super well. And so even though they're topics that have been around for a long time, people are still publishing new books, creating new angles. And because there's so much demand and so much traffic, they're appealing to that traffic and there's enough volume to actually make sales. More importantly, you want to keep making books. Publish a book, continue to nurture it. If there's potential, double down on it, which we're going to get into in a second. But more importantly, try different things in different places and don't stop. And with AI now, there's really no excuses to do this. It's never been easier, faster, and cheaper to create books and still make them extremely high quality. Covers are easy, A+ content's easy, descriptions are easy. You can even write an entire manuscript with AI that's extremely high quality for basically no cost and no time at all. And I just want to read you a message that one of my students sent to me, which I think is the exact mentality that you need to adopt if you want to have a best-selling book and actually make money. And so he says, yes, Ken, the specific niche is very competitive, but I want to learn how to penetrate it at least a BSR of 50,000 or less. The BSR of my first book has risen again to 45,000. Previously, it was 28 to 30,000, but I've noticed that this has happened to a majority of the books in the topic. And I'm currently conducting in-depth research for my next book, and hopefully I can publish it in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So his new book is in a competitive niche, and he wants to learn how to penetrate that niche and get a low BSR. He's not just throwing his hands up in the air and saying, this doesn't work. He published his book, he has some results, he wants to optimize it to get to this point and continue to improve. And more importantly, as he's nurturing his first book, he's working on his second book to get it ranking better. He's also working on in-depth research for his next book to get it published within the next month. And so he's treating this like a business and doing this exact thing. Publishing books, trying different topics, optimizing those books to get the most out of them, and continuing to take what he learned, doing even more research for the next book to make sure he dials it in, and just continuing to move forward and build out a catalog. And so when it comes to actually creating your books to get the most out of them, there's a few things that we want to do. The first one is we want to think about how our book looks beside our competitors. And so like we talked about before, a best-selling book is the clear outlier. It has a better offer, it has better features inside, better bonuses, a better, formatted book, and it just delivers the outcome it's delivering that's extremely desirable to their customer and more importantly stands out from their competitors. And so just think about how desirable your competitors are with their bonuses, their images, their formatting, and how can you make yours better? And this is actually what I did with my book. As you can see, it drastically increased in sales and now it's doing super well consistently. And that is because I did a full revamp on the interior. I reformatted it. More importantly, I changed a bunch of sections in it to be a lot more visual, which was similar to my competitors. However, it was better. And more importantly, I did one more very important thing that we're going to cover later in this video. So we also want to make sure that everything aligns. So our cover, our title, our description, our A+ content, it's all cohesive with each other. It's targeting a specific reader, their specific problem. It's solving that problem in the most effective way possible. And all this language is building off of each other. So by the time they get to the A+ content and they've read everything else, they basically already are sold. And if you pair this with maybe a price slash from Amazon from $16.99 to $14.99, as well as you have a bestseller tag, it's all going to stack up on each other and give the customer no reason not to buy your book. So we want to make sure that everything aligns and works together. The cover and title tells them what they want to hear and hooks them in. The description further explains the book and why this mechanism is what they're looking for. The A+ content showcases the interior of the book, the images, how it's laid out, how professional it is. And then any other attributes like your bestseller tag, your price slash your reviews, I'll add to it. Of course, this does take time to get, but if you do these things properly, these things will come. What you also want to do to get your book to the stage of actually becoming a bestseller is when you see potential, give it time. And so continue to gain reviews over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months plus. Continue to run ads to keep it afloat. Especially when you are in high demand topics, you should be getting some consistent sales. Even if they're not profitable, that's fine. Sometimes it takes time to build momentum and build ranking. Make updates if things start working. And so your cover, your interior, your A+ content, if you notice your overall click-through rate and your conversion rate isn't good, there must be something wrong. Most of the time, it's going to be your cover or your interior and your A+ content. But more importantly, it takes time to rank high in your topic and actually stay there for the long term. And so if we go back to this chart quickly, like I said, if you go and look at the best-selling books that rank high, they're normally at least a year old. They normally have over 200 reviews. They normally have a really strong standout cover that's easy to see, easy to read, and is desirable. And they're going to have all the attributes that we talked about and we're going to continue to talk about. And the books that aren't selling well, they're always going to fall short in a few of these areas. Maybe they aren't running ads to gain traction. Maybe they don't have enough reviews. Maybe their product page isn't anything special and their book in general doesn't stand out from their competitors. And so why would a customer choose their book over one of these bestsellers when it's clearly the better option? And more importantly, it's had the time to build its ranking and its credibility. Something else you can do if you do have a book that is a bit established, however it isn't breaking through, is use your credibility. And so this is actually what I did with my current book that's doing super well, is I added a badge on the top of the cover that says join over 10,000 readers. So the book has sold about 13,000 copies. And so I simply put a large banner that said join over 10,000 readers to tell people this book has been bought, it's been proven. On top of that, I also showcased some of my 5-star reviews in my A+ content. And so I constantly reminded them of this 10,000 reader mark. So join over 10,000 readers, having a good experience, see what people have to say about the book, showcasing some of my 5-star reviews. And this just builds up the social proof. And so people can see that, okay, other people in my position have bought this book, have had a good experience. There's no reason why I wouldn't either. And although I had 10,000 readers for my book, even if you have 1,000 readers, try it out. Even if you have 500 readers, try it out. It's still credibility. It still separates you from your competitors and adds a personable touch so the reader actually knows that other people are buying this book. And so the final main point before we get into your actual action steps for the video is don't be afraid to spend money. So this is a bit of a controversial one for most, I'm sure. But the important thing is you will have to be unprofitable at first to get your book in a position to make money. You're going to have unprofitable ad spend. You're going to have spent money on the book. And honestly, you might have books that just don't sell. But the important thing is if you continue to publish, continue to try different things, and double down on where there is the most potential that you see, even if it costs you money up front, it's going to set you a foundation for those books to sell for the long term. And as you saw, sometimes it takes a year and 10 months to have your best months yet. So don't write off a book too early. But more importantly is just take a chance on yourself. And so this is also a bit of a controversial take, but most people waste money. Most people spend money on alcohol. They spend money on food out that they don't need to. They buy things on Amazon. They buy shoes they don't need. And although this isn't true for everyone, a lot of people have hundreds, if not thousands of dollars that they spend every month that they did not have to spend. And so I would much rather spend that $100, $200, $300, $400, even $1,000 a month on the pursuit of passive income online than just random things that I'm not going to get anything from. And so this was my mentality when I started Amazon KDP a few years ago, is it was this or nothing. I was in head first. I published a book. It didn't matter how that book did. I learned from it. I moved on to the next one and I kept publishing. And I never had this mentality where, okay, if this next book doesn't work, I'm just going to quit. It was always just one book after the other because I knew I had to actually get good and learn this business because you can't expect to come into a business, do it for a month and just suddenly get all these results. Just like anything in life, whether you're trying to ride a bike, you're trying to learn a language, it's an ongoing, continuous process that takes a while to get good at. And the main reason why people succeed at online business is not because they're the smartest, it's because they just did it for longer than everybody else. Everybody else just quit and dropped off. And frankly, if you're dumb enough to do something for long enough, you're probably going to get a result from it. And so sometimes you have to just have this delusional optimism that this is going to work and I'm going to make it work. And you just do the thing until you get so good at it and you put so much reps into it that it's impossible to not have results. And so your action steps moving forward for your next book is start completely from scratch with a new mentality. Go and find a high demand topic, something that you wouldn't otherwise publish in, because if you only need to make a fraction of a percentage of conversions from all the people searching up that topic, it's going to be way easier to make money. Go, of course, publish a book there, but more importantly, make it extremely clear who it's for, the problem it's solving, and make the mechanism to solve that problem extremely desirable. Maybe it's 5 weeks, maybe it's 5 minutes a day, maybe it's lots of images, high quality formatting, and just go above and beyond with your book so it clearly stands out from your competitors and is the no-brainer option. Run ads to this book consistently for 90 days. Set aside a few $100s every single month to allocate to this, and actually give it the time and the energy it needs to see a result. More importantly is as you do this, spend the time and the money to get reviews for it, and don't write off the book until you have at least 50 plus. You can't properly judge a book unless you've done these things. You publish in a high demand topic, you've created an extremely desirable book, you've run ads consistently to get it ranking and gain some traction, and more importantly, you have enough reviews for social proof. And only after you've done this, you can ask yourself, what's happening and how should I move forward? If you're seeing a glimmer of hope, if there's clearly some sales, some ranking improvement, and your book just shows that there is potential in this topic, just simply elevate everything and get it to that bestseller status. Get your reviews to 100 plus or even more. And yes, this might take 3, 4, 5, 6 months. That's fine. Optimize your cover if you have a low click-through rate, make it even more desirable. Go above and beyond where most publishers stop. Spend the money on the ads, get the more reviews. If your conversion rate is low, improve your book again. Add more images, more bonuses, reformat it. Showcase this in the A+ content, and just keep optimizing and pumping attention to this book for at least 6 months to a year. And all we're doing here is putting our book in a position to actually be a bestseller. A book that's 2 months old with 25 reviews, where you've spent $40 on ads and you haven't optimized anything, that's not a best-selling book. Simply go and reverse engineer what a best-selling book will look like and give it the attention and, more importantly, the time to get there. And as you saw with my book, even if things start to die off and not sell super well, that book isn't a write-off. It just needs to now appeal better to the customer. So I made a bunch of changes. And so when you do everything right and you nail every single element, they all work together. This is how you have a book that sells well. And once you have a book that sells at least a little bit consistently, you give that book the time it needs to earn that bestseller status, to get that high ranking, and that's what's going to allow it to be established for the long term. So I hope this video was helpful. Go and give this a try. I'll also leave a link below to my free email course. It's going to walk you through my entire book creation process from start to finish, giving you 1 lesson a day for 12 days. This way, you're going to have a very clear foundation and strategy for each individual step, and it's just going to help you get the most out of your next book. If you're ready to get started right away, I will also leave a link below to my AI Book Creation Accelerator course. It's going to walk you through how I use AI to create and publish high-quality books, go through the topic research, the writing, the cover, design, the A+ content, and everything. It's also going to be in a private group where you can ask questions as you create and get answers from me. So that's it for this video. Make sure to subscribe for more no-nonsense Amazon KP advice. We'll see you in the next one.